welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you never miss a video. Before we get started, you already know what I'm going to say. Make sure you order my book, The Prepared Graduate. All the links you need are down in the description box. Any questions you have on how to be a savage in your career, your questions literally will be answered by reading that book. So make sure you order that book right now. You can find it on Amazon, Target, Barnes & Noble, literally anywhere. Okay, so as you can tell from the title of this video, we're going to be talking about how to network after college. Somebody actually left this comment on one of my videos and I thought it was a really great comment. And I think when you're in college, it's so much easier to network because you're always going out, hanging out with people, meeting friends of friends, friends of friends of friends, going to different universities, going to events, football games, career events, working side jobs and meeting people that way. I feel like it's a little bit easier in terms of in-person when you're in college. But after you graduate and you matriculate into this real life corporate America, the work world, professional world, whatever you want to call it, it can sometimes feel really hard learning ways to network with people. Especially with the pandemic, we saw a lot of us stay trapped in our homes because none of us could go out, we were on lockdowns, and networking with people became increasingly hard because the sole way to network was literally being online. That was one of the only ways that you could network with people. Now, the advice that I'm going to give in this video is a little integrated. It's of course going to offer in-person networking opportunities, but it's also going to offer a lot of online opportunities. And we're going to start with online. The first and best way to network, I'm gonna say, is LinkedIn. I've met so many people on LinkedIn after graduating from college, as well as my master's program. So many of you message me on LinkedIn asking questions about regulatory affairs, pharma, public health, working in the health space, being a content creator, being on YouTube, and I answer as many comments as I can or questions that I get on LinkedIn. Just connecting with people and building your platform on LinkedIn is honestly a game changer in terms of networking. You meet a lot of people with similar interests, a lot of people in your field, and a lot of people from different fields. I've learned so much about AI, tech, FANG, those companies, Meta, well now it's called Mang. Meta, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Google. I've learned a lot about that space, Afro tech, all these other ways you can connect with people online just from LinkedIn in itself. I've also connected with other career strategists, as we call ourselves, and having conversations about how we see Generation Z and millennials and the professional workforce. So LinkedIn is going to be one of the best ways. You can friend as many people as you want. You can message as many people as you want. I personally have a subscription with LinkedIn and I didn't for a while, but I really do think it's very valuable. And you also get to connect with a lot of recruiters just by turning on that LinkedIn feature where it says you're open to opportunities. The second way online is of course going to be your typical YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Instagram, I think, has become a little more saturated and it's not as fun anymore. I think people are becoming more artificial on Instagram, so it's a little bit harder to create connections with people because everyone's like chasing this influencer lifestyle on Instagram. So yeah, I don't think Instagram's the best way to connect with people, but you can connect with people. Actually, personal moment, when I was living with my friends during the COVID-19 pandemic, we actually produced our own dating show. Random. It was called Love It or Leave It. And the way we found people to be on the show was we literally found everybody on Instagram. We would just send them a DM and say, hey, we're doing this fun thing. Do you want to come on the show? It was actually really funny and really interesting. Yeah, but that was one way we were connecting with people on Instagram, but it was for a different purpose. It was for the content creation purpose. So I think Instagram can be really great for content creators, but I don't know how great it is for like people who are interested in becoming a CRA or interested in learning about business. Maybe for tech, like UX, UI researchers, they might be on Instagram and you can message them, or like career strategists, but that is what I think Instagram is useful for. TikTok, I think, is another beautiful way to connect with people. I've heard so many people becoming friends from TikTok. I've heard people meeting up with people they met on TikTok or they messaged on TikTok. I hear a million love stories on TikTok. You also learn a lot just from people who have advice to offer, and then you can connect with people in the comments of those TikToks. So I think if you're looking for ways to connect with people or just like get to know people, use TikTok and other social media platforms. It's all about how you view these platforms and how you choose to utilize them. At At first glance, you might not think YouTube is the place to connect with people and build a network, but it's absolutely one of the best ways. Comments on YouTube, comments on TikTok. A lot of you guys engage in my comment section, and that's why I'm always encouraging you to leave comments, because other people reply to your comments, and you can message them and be like, you have a lot of information. I would be really interested in just having a phone call with you, or a FaceTime or a Zoom call with you, just so we can connect a little bit more about how to break into the regulatory space, how to break into public health, or whatever information you amongst each other in the Career Savage crew can share with each other. So I think, again, it's about how you view it. I always use this example, but I had one client who literally told me she met somebody in the comment section of my videos, and they had a phone call, and she learned so much more about the industry within her state. So engage in the comments and change your perception on networking on social media. Now we're gonna move to in-person networking. I graduated from grad school in 2019, and after graduating, I felt like I had to rediscover Los Angeles, because I moved back from Connecticut, and then I went straight into grad school and I was working full time. So I didn't really have time to experience my city, to go out, to hang out, to meet people of like minds that weren't in tech or healthcare. So what I started doing was going to Eventbrite events. Literally, I went to concerts alone. You guys know I solo travel if you follow my personal channel, Kyyah Abdul. I've been to Colombia alone, I've been to Dubai alone, I've been to Portugal alone, I've been to like cities, New York, you know, places in the United States by myself. I love solo traveling, and on all my solo trips I meet people who aren't in my same space, but we have similar interests, whether it's content creation or travel. So with Eventbrite, what I would do is I would go to events at like the California African American Museum, or I would go to concerts for my favorite Afrobeats artists. This is the best story I can tell you of how great it is using apps like Eventbrite and Meetup to network in your professional career as well as outside of your profession. I went to this concert, and there was this girl who was at the concert by herself. Her friend was actually DJing at the concert as an opening act, and I think I said I liked her bag or something, or I liked her outfit, or I don't remember what I said, but we just started talking about life, and I was like, oh, what do you do? She's like, I actually work as a clinical research coordinator. I'm sorry, what do you do? I was like, no way, I work in regulatory affairs. And she's like, oh my god, yeah, we have people that I work in the reg affairs department. I've always found it interesting. I want to go to pharmacy school. I met her in 2019, and we are still friends to this day. She moved to DC, she's getting her PharmD now. When she comes back to LA, I'm actually literally having dinner with her in 2 days because she's in town. But not only is she someone who I share similar interests with in terms of music, but we also have really great interests in terms of our cultural background. Actually, I went to Ghana in 2019 going into 2020, or 2020 going into 2021, I can't remember. I literally ran into her in Ghana, and we met up and we had dinner, we were vibing, hanging out, chopping live. So my whole point is that networking is what you make it after you get out of college. It's what you decide to do, what you decide to make the most of it. And I think meeting that friend in line at a concert that I went to like by myself, or maybe I was with somebody else, but that I went to at this concert, and I met her in line at a concert. And then actually at that same concert, I met this other girl who was there by herself, and we all just started hanging out. And then we had this thing where when they both lived in LA at the time, we would go to brunch once a month or once every like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and we would just catch up, talk about what we were doing. One of them was in entertainment, she was in pharma, I'm in pharma. It just happened to work that way. And I think it was beautiful because we were able to create together. We filmed videos together on my personal YouTube channel. There are so many ways to network, honestly. It doesn't have to only be online. It doesn't have to only be in person. It can be a culmination, a mix of two. It's what you choose to do and how you decide to network. Network on YouTube in the comments. I have met people in the comments who have my personal phone number. People in YouTube comments who have my personal phone number, who we text, we talk about work, life, so many different things, who I still stay connected with. Networking, I always see it as it's really about cultivating relationships, and it doesn't matter where you cultivate it, how you perceive the cultivation, if that makes sense. Well, I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you guys know to leave them down in the comments. Until my next video, guys, thanks so much for watching. Bye.